Good evening, folks. I'm forecaster Andrew Fleck for AnalystWXCast.org. Just doing a weather video discussion here, and boy, do we have a storm that is going to be developing for this upcoming early and to midweek. Snow is going to be the predominant problem here, and a lot of it, along with some ice the more east you go, and thunderstorms the more south you go. And as you can see from the Analyst WXCast graphic here, the storm is really going to originally start over the southern states. We're going to get some amplification over low pressure in eastern Texas, and once that happens, a snow band is going to mature from Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, and the more into the Ohio Valley states you go. And this is all going to begin tonight into Tuesday, Wednesday, and further on. As you can see our intensity map here, the more white, blue, and darker blue you head into is going to be more of the maturer bands of snow. And definitely in those darker blues, we think that there's going to be a band that's intense enough to produce 12 plus inches of snow. So we're not dealing with a moderate snowstorm here. We're talking about something that's going to be very major and historic. It could be the word if this perhaps comes out the way that it's forecasted to be. Now, looking at current radar, we can show you here that there's already a lot of snow, already a lot of rain and mix beginning, but this really isn't the major storm. This is only some of the front-running precipitation, and this normally happens ahead of a bigger storm or before a bigger storm initializes. And what we talk about here is firstly one short wave that's going to head before this primary low pressure forms over Texas. And what this short wave is going to do is it's going to track eastward, okay, and it's going to really drop some snow ahead from everybody in the Ohio Valley, the upper Midwest, the Mid-Atlantic states tonight into Tuesday, and there's a good band in there that could get 3 to 6 inches of snow. And then, of course, I think the lowest key you'll get from that is maybe a coating, but everybody's probably going to get some white on the ground if you're from the upper Midwest, the Ohio Valley, and into the Mid-Atlantic from that short wave. And the short wave usually drops maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow, but because of the dynamics of this whole pattern, this is going to be an intense one and could drop 3 to 6 inches, especially more into the Mid-Atlantic, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York. So you'll need to keep an eye out on that. Now, what will eventually happen, though, on Tuesday is you'll start getting that snow or that bigger storm begin to form over eastern Texas, and that snow will begin to really band up around Texas, then Oklahoma, Missouri, Illinois, and then the Ohio Valley states, Pennsylvania, the upper Northeast, and then back. And that's the band that has a very good chance of seeing 6 plus inches of snow without a doubt, and then that 12 plus is surely not impossible to get, but yet possible, so that'll have to be one thing that everybody keeps an eye on for sure. Now, the more south you go from this low pressure, there's going to be some severe weather forming along the Gulf states, so we're going to need to watch that as well. Again, this is a major storm, so it's going to form a lot of ice, a lot of snow, and of course even some severe weather. That shows you how dynamically impressive this storm is going to be. Last but not least, we'll show you the graphic the more east you go. This is going to be more of a local graphic to show you what we're thinking when it comes to severe weather, when it comes to some of the high snow totals, and then especially that ice. And you'll see on the first image here, what we're thinking is that once that low pressure travels from Texas into Arkansas, then into the Ohio Valley, and then Tennessee Valley, once it initializes over Kentucky, there's going to be a good chance that the band continues to pull up from Missouri, then into Illinois, the Great Lakes states, and that's where that foot or plus back northwest from that low pressure is going to become possible. The more east you go, that's when the ice starts to develop. But beforehand, remember I was talking about that short wave, that's where that 2 to 5 inches, 6 plus is possible, and that'll happen for the Mid-Atlantic tonight. And then into Tuesday. But once Tuesday into Wednesday comes for the Mid-Atlantic, there's going to be an ice problem, as you can see the image right below the one we were just looking at, where across PA there's a good chance of 1/4 to 1/2 inch of ice, and a little more south you go when it mixes with that rain, only maybe 1/10 to 1/4, but even that's saying a lot. So there's going to be snow and ice problems for the Mid-Atlantic region, and before that some snow, like I said, that 2 to 5, 6 plus, occurring overnight into Tuesday. And then once the storm starts to really bottle up around the southern states, there's a good chance that some severe weather on your last bottom right-hand corner, severe weather is going to become a key factor across the southern states. So this is going to be a hardy storm, and one that I think anybody living in the southern Midwest there in Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, I think you might want to do your shopping, because I think if this pans out to be the storm it's supposed to be, you're going to get a lot of snow. A lot of snow. So I would highly suggest that you keep your eyes on the local weather news, and of course analystwxcast.org as well, and the Facebook page, and we'll give you the best updates that we can. But as for right now, just continue to wait for that storm to initialize over tonight, and it's going to bring a doozy for you guys in the south. That short wave is going to cut over to the Mid-Atlantic overnight. The Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic Northeast, going to get 3 to 6 inches from that. And then Tuesday into Wednesday, it'll be more of an ice threat for the Mid-Atlantic. So everybody's getting in on it, whether it's severe weather, whether it's snow, or whether it's ice. It's going to be a doozy of a storm. So get ready, everybody, and be sure to tune back for more. I'm forecaster Andrew Fleck for AnalystWXCast.org.